Your memory is not broken. It's just overloaded. Your brain isn't designed to handle thousands of pieces of random information every single day. Think about it. The average person consumes 74 gigabytes of data per day. That's like watching 10 movies every 24 hours. You check your phone over 344 times a day. Your brain processes over 1,000 ads daily. With all this noise, how can your brain possibly remember what actually matters? It's like a computer trying to run 50 programs at once. It lags, it crashes, it forgets. But it wasn't always like this. Before the internet, our ancestors had to remember everything. Directions, survival tactics, entire books. Some cultures even had oral traditions, passing down knowledge for generations without writing anything down. And here's the shocking part. Our brains still have that ability. The problem? We're not using it. Schools never taught you how to memorize information. Instead, they forced you to cram, regurgitate, and forget. But what if I told you memory champions can remember hundreds of numbers, faces, and facts effortlessly? And you can too. In the next chapter, I'll show you exactly how your brain stores information, and the #1 reason most people forget things almost instantly. Let me tell you something crazy. Your brain never actually forgets anything. Everything you've ever seen, heard, or experienced is stored in your mind. The problem? Your brain just doesn't know how to retrieve it. Imagine walking into the world's biggest library, millions of books neatly stored in endless aisles. Now imagine the librarian is asleep. You know the book is somewhere inside, but you have no way to find it. That's your brain. And here's why this happens. Your brain has 2 types of memory: short-term and long-term. Short-term memory holds only about 7 pieces of information at a time, like a notepad that constantly gets erased. If something isn't moved into long-term storage, it vanishes. And guess what? Most of what you learn never makes it to long-term memory. Studies show that within 1 hour, you forget 50% of new information. After 24 hours, you forget 70%. And after a week, 90% is gone. Why? Because your brain follows one rule: use it or lose it. If you don't signal to your brain that something is important, it deletes it. It's like a computer automatically clearing out old files to save space. And in today's world, we don't repeat or recall information enough. Why remember a phone number when it's in your contacts? Why memorize directions when Google Maps exists? Your brain has become lazy. But here's the secret. There are simple techniques that can force your brain to remember anything effortlessly. You don't need a photographic memory. You just need to train your brain the right way. In the next chapter, I'll reveal the #1 technique that memory champions use to recall thousands of facts instantly, and how you can apply it today. What if I told you that there's a technique so powerful that it can make you remember anything instantly? It's not a trick. It's not some photographic memory nonsense. It's a scientifically proven method used by memory champions, intelligence agents, and top-performing students worldwide. And today, you're going to learn it. It's called the Memory Palace Technique. And once you master it, you'll be able to remember names, numbers, entire speeches, or even 100 random words in order, effortlessly. Here's how it works. Your brain is amazing at remembering places. Think about it. You can instantly recall the layout of your house, your favorite restaurant, or your childhood home. Even if you haven't been there in years, you remember it perfectly. The trick? You use familiar places as a mental storage system for new information. Imagine walking through your house, but instead of just seeing furniture, you place key pieces of information in specific locations. Let's do it right now. I'm going to give you 5 random words, and I bet you'll remember them easily using this method. First word, apple. Picture an apple the size of a car sitting in your doorway. See it vividly. Maybe it's dripping juice or glowing bright red. Second word, elephant. Walk into your living room and see a giant elephant standing on your couch, trumpeting loudly. Third word, mirror. Imagine a mirror in your kitchen, but it's cracked and reflecting a completely different world. Fourth word, fire. Go to your bathroom. Suddenly, your sink is on fire, flames shooting out. Fifth word, rocket. Step outside, and instead of your mailbox, there's a massive rocket ready for launch. Now close your eyes and mentally walk through your house. What's in your doorway? An apple? What's in your living room? An elephant. Your kitchen? A cracked mirror? Your bathroom? A fire. Outside? A rocket. You just memorized 5 completely random words in seconds. That's the power of the memory palace. And guess what? This works for anything. Want to remember names? Assign a memorable image to each person's face and place it in a mental location. Want to remember numbers? Convert them into objects and store them in your memory palace. The world's best memory champions don't have superhuman brains. They just use their brains differently. Now let's test your memory. Remember those 5 words I gave you at the beginning? Pause the video and try recalling them right now, without looking back. Can you do it? If you can, your memory is already improving. If not, don't worry. Just means your brain is craving more training. The good news? You now have the tools to fix it. By using these techniques consistently, your memory will improve faster than you ever imagined. But there's one final thing you must do, because without it, even the best memory tricks won't work. Let's wrap this up. Now you know the truth. Your memory doesn't suck because you're dumb or because some people are just born smart. You've simply never been taught how to use your brain the right way. But now, you have the tools. You've learned why your memory is failing you, how your brain actually stores information, and the secret techniques that memory champions use to retain anything effortlessly. But here's the thing. Knowledge without action is useless. If you watch this video, nod your head, and then do nothing, your memory will stay exactly the same. You'll still forget names, lose focus, and struggle to retain important information. So here's your challenge. In the next 24 hours, use the memory palace technique to memorize 10 random words or a short list of facts. Walk through your mind and test yourself. Then come back and comment below. Did it work for you? What did you notice? How much easier was it compared to normal memorization? And if you're serious about taking your brain power to the next level, subscribe now. Because in the next video, I'm going to reveal an even more powerful method that will make you unstoppable at learning anything. You won't want to miss it. So what will you do? Stay stuck, forgetting important details, struggling to learn new things? Or will you take control, train your brain, and unlock a superhuman memory? The choice is yours.